You guys are in the witch's presumed witch, I suppose. Yard.
Control please.
There's a front door right here. Oh yeah, you guys don't have control. Da-da-da. I did this on all my other pages except this one. Love that for me. Good job, so.
Yeah.
I would like to be up with Az.
I can't move.
Well, you tied your horse, right?
Yeah, that's like you were tying your horse. So.
Oh, okay. In that
I
case.
bolted it immediately with Donut. So I'm just marching right on.
It's a slip knot so the horse can leave if it is
If it needs to.
terrified.
Yeah.
Mine is not a slip knot.
No, it is not.
Oh no!
Yours is a knot.
I just wanted to clarify.
So yeah, it's. I mean, what you're seeing is what you got. It's pretty much basic front yard. A couple trees. There's a shed to your left, and then there's a front door on the sidewalk.
I start banging on the door, and if it doesn't open in like 3 seconds, I open it.
The second you go to hit it the first time, before you make contact with it, it opens.
Ooh.
Do I hit him in the face?
Sure. Roll an attack to see.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, it would be unarmed strike, right?
Yes, unarmed strike.
9.
So you go to open the door. It is immediately opened up. You swing and hit air, just
Nice.
because all that you can see peeking around the door is just an arm, a skinny, dark-skinned, little wrinkly arm. In the arm, peeking around the door is an eye with like the muscle that like connects to your brain going back, if that makes sense. And it's like wrapped around his arm.
Ew.
Or
That's
its arm.
gross.
And it's just looking at you, and somewhere inside says, "You don't have to knock. I know you're coming inside." And then like the eye, like the arm and the eye just like retreats.
Ew, so gross. Alright. Crap. Okay.
As with.
Gonna walk in, I guess, but I'm also gonna cast Detect Magic, so for the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna have...
As she walks in, I'm gonna transfer resistance to her instead of me.
I'm just gonna mosey on in there, try to find the voice.
In the doorway, as you walk in, there's this sort of scaly, like dark skin, but that's like wet. Hair that's just like looks like they just got out of a shower, sort of bent over, staring at you with the eye. Looking at where the eye should be, it's just empty socket.
Cool.
You should really put that back where it came from.
She like mimes doing it and it doesn't fit. She's like, "You think I haven't tried that?"
It's unfortunate.
Then see a table that has just like your normal bread, butter, a couple other various snacks just all across the table. And then there's a cauldron with something steaming in it at the end of the room. And manning the cauldron, you see another humanoid, sort of green skin, long white hair, facing the cauldron. So you haven't seen its face yet, but its clothes look a little raggedy. And the clothes on the one you saw before, it was just like a skirt, I guess. Just goes around. It's like made of some cloth that just goes around, and then like a tank top, basically, that's got a bunch of holes in it. And as everybody walks in, the one behind the door that's holding the door is just like with his other hand like motions to the table and doesn't really say much. But the one at the cauldron turns around now, and you can see that her face is pointed, like really pointy chin, pointy nose, green skin. Seems like almost leathery if you were to touch it. Long white hair that, as you look closer, it's just really greasy looking. Probably hasn't been washed in a minute. And she says, It took you long enough. They told me you were coming, but they didn't say you'd sit outside for 30 minutes debating on whether to come in or not.
Yeah, excuse me, who?
You. Who else? You and your friends.
No.
What,
No. Who said we were coming?
Why, the Fates, of course. Who else?
Yeah, fake bullshit!
That's too predictable. Sorry. And then after that, she'll motions to the seats around the table and says, "Please sit, eat. We'll get down to business later. I am starving." And she gets some bowls from one of her tables beside the main table, and starts scooping out something from the cauldron and putting it in the bowls, and then sliding it to the table. Once you guys are inside, the creature at the door shuts the door and then walks over to the other one and sort of hands off the eye.
What?
You can see sort of like a snake. Oh, I also forgot to mention, when the other one that was at the cauldron turned around, her eyes were also empty. So it hands off the eye and sits down. The eye sort of moves to the other hand and wraps itself back around the hand of the green one. And now the green one's walking around with the eye just sort of in its hand. What do you guys do?
Is this all we can see?
As of right now, yes.
We're all inside.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So right here is a door, and right here is a door, but they are both closed.
Okay.
Also, right here is a door, but that is also closed.
Okay.
Man, this smells almost as good as Agden's gruel.
It does not smell good at all.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just like it doesn't smell good. You're really not sure what it is. It just doesn't smell good.
You ate breakfast happily enough. Thank you very much. Good cheese.
Pleasure to meet the two of you.
Yeah, no, I am standing at the table. I'm not sitting.
Okay.
Mhm.
Agden, when you say cheese, the green one with the eye says, "Oh, right, the cheese. They told me you like cheese." And she goes to the other table and pulls out a block of cheese. What is Uzalai's favorite type of cheese?
Gruyere? I'm guessing.
Sure.
Is it?
Sure.
Or just some Swiss?
Manchego.
Manchego, that's better.
It is a block of Manchego. I never even heard of that shit. But
Manchego.
that's what it is. And she pulls it and sets it not in front of you, but just towards your side of the table. And goes, "They told me this was your favorite, so I hope it is."
Don't mind if I do. I accept it.
Yeah, again, carrying it one-handed with the eye. So when it talks to you, it's pointing the eye at you.
Would my detect magic be picking up anything within
Did
a
you
30-foot? I did. When I got to the door, I said I casted detect magic.
Sure, didn't hear it. Detect magic.
Sorry.
You did.
So for the next 10 minutes, I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me.
You get a ping on these two creatures. The eye specifically.
What kind of magic is it? Like what school? If it has one.
It has one. Whether I know it or not is the question.
I'm also curious if that pings as 3 creatures or 2 an unknown, or is the eye you know what I mean? Would she know that sort of information?
Yeah, I get different pings on what is magical. If y'all have anything magical on you, I'll know that you have something magical on it, and then I'll also be able to tell what school of magic.
Yeah, all your friends ping.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah. The eye pings, and it's an enchantment.
Okay.
And then you get 2 pings here, and you get 1 ping back here in this room.
Where is it?
Back in this room, back here.
So
Yeah. Back here.
in that direction.
Yeah, in this, through the door, basically.
All right.
Knowing the drill, I'm gonna sort of glance at Azareth to see if she's picking up anything.
Moxie, do you remember that beekeeper?
Yes. He was really sweet.
Okay.
Really holding it together there, aren't you?
No. I just look visibly uncomfortable.
What are your names? I'm sure you know who we are, but what are your names?
The one with the eye sort of like makes the eye like turn towards you. Like it's all snapping motions. It's not like a glide look at you. It's just a and if someone else were to talk, it's a snap towards their direction. It's very it's off-putting. She says, I don't have a name. They kind of just call me the Fatewatcher.
That will do.
The what watcher?
The Fatewatcher.
Fate.
And as she says that, she sits down at the table with a bowl of whatever the fuck's in the cauldron, and seems to be eating. And the other one has also been eating this whole time.
What is this?
Wait, it's soup.
Yeah, what kind of soup? It smells gross.
Good soup.
No, it's not good soup.
Don't you good soup us.
I literally had to stagger by saying that because I was like, oh, no. No, she says it's good soup. It would be better for you not to insult those that make food for you, and like snaps to Agden when she says that
Damn.
with the eye.
You guys should have asked for cheese. It's pretty good. I'm eating it.
I'm not eating, by the way.
I pull out my bread.
I'm standing at the head of the table and just hands on the surface.
Agden, are you standing where you are on the map?
Yeah.
Sick. So the only one sitting at the table is Uzalai. The other two are standing at the table, and one is standing at the corner.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't fit at the table. Like it seems tight in here, so I'm just like kind of.
You could probably.
And I'm very.
It looks
wary
like a
of
big
the soup.
table.
Yeah, I mean it's a good size. It'd be a little tight, but you could probably do it if you wanted to.
Well, I choose not to. Thank you.
That is fine.
Yeah.
You're right to choose. So for a while, you guys just kind of sit in this awkward silence. If you guys try to talk to her, she won't. She'll kind of just like snap the eye towards you. You can kind of just tell she's like waiting to finish eating. And then when she's done about like 5-10 minutes, you guys just have this tense like 5-minute silence where all you can hear is just like the sound of like utensils hitting teeth and like the plates. It's the really awkward, like we need some background music on the awkward dinner table or dinner.
As this is happening, I'm going to keep casting resistance on Azareth.
Is that verbal component? What's the?
Yeah, I'm using my orb and it's verbal and somatic, so that's probably very obvious that I'm doing
Yeah,
this.
I mean, you can try to hide it if you want, but you'd have to be like every time you cast it, it'd have to be a new check.
Yes.
Sure, make your first one.
Oh, dang. This is for 10 minutes and it only lasts a minute.
Just slide the hands in.
Oh, God. All right. 13.
Yeah, when you cast that one,
Mhm.
she'll just like snap her eye towards you for a second, and the eye will like squint.
She needs assistance.
Do you finish the spell?
I'm trying to.
Okay. It finishes spells, it works, and then sort of like if an eye could give you a look of recognition, it gives you a look of recognition, and then just like goes back to like just kind of like snapping like between all of you, just like looking at you.
Mhm.
But after the 5 minutes, she'll get up and put her plate just on the table over here beside the dining room table, and she will begin to walk this direction. And as she walks that direction, she says, well, now that we've done that, we can get down to business. My voice has gone to like 5 different voices for this chick. A little annoying.
No worries.
She says, now that we've gotten that out of the way, and she goes to walk this way, she goes, we can get down to business, and is like looking directly at Azareth, and she goes, but I do have to get by here. If you could Just let me slide
I'll
by.
just step back.
She'll slide by. You get a scent of like. Have you ever been to a beach that doesn't smell like a beach?
Yeah,
It's that kind of scent.
I got you.
It's that kind of scent. It's not great. And then she comes over to here to the closet at the other end of the room and goes in and sort of slams the door behind her. And you guys are left in this room with this other creature who doesn't have eyes right now. It just starts saying out loud, like, no, not that one. You need the other one. And just stuff like that, like trying to guide something. So it's going to be probably like 3 to 5 minutes of you guys being alone. If you don't want to do anything, we can fast track that. Or if you want to do something, like now would be the time.
Ma'am, what's your name?
She sort of like looks in your direction. She doesn't have like eyes, right? But she
Yeah.
has ears and can sort of just visualize where you are. And she says, they call me sister.
Ah, I see. Is it just you and the Fatewatcher here?
No, there is another. We do best in threes.
Oh.
It's really fun having two people who know the game and two who don't. Really fun. But yeah, she tells you that there's another.
Right. And who's the telepath?
What?
Who is the one talking?
Oh, you must meet. Oh, she did that again, did she? Or she did.
Uh-huh.
That would be her. Yeah.
The Fatewatcher.
You took a second to get inside.
Yes.
She doesn't like to dilly-dally.
No. And why are we here?
Why? She's the Fatewatcher, of course.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna watch the fates. And then
Yes.
like snaps her head towards like this wall, like straight ahead of her, and just goes, "No, you don't need that. You need the one beside it." And then looks back and goes, "Terribly sorry."
Yeah, what's going on there?
She's a good Fatewatcher, but terrible with ingredients.
Ingredients for what? You just had soup.
I guess you could say components.
What?
Like a spell component.
What spell?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough.
I don't think I want to.
Right then, the door behind you swings open, and the Fatewatcher will come back out,
God damn.
carrying just like a bunch of stuff,
Mhm.
just like in her hands. The eye sort of like being forced to look out about like stomach level. She's gonna go back beside you guys, slide back to the front of the room.
What kind of stuff is she carrying? What
Me?
kind of components?
A perception check. Anybody trained in Arcana can.
Oh, brilliant.
I don't think that's gonna work out. 12.
20.
To you, Azareth, you're really just not okay with the whole situation.
Yeah.
Things to focus on. Moxie, you don't recognize any of these components. Not even like a little bit.
All right.
But she will go to the front and tell the Fatewatcher will tell Sister to like clear the table, and Sister's literally just gonna take her arm and just push everything off the table. Just a couple bowls of soup that weren't finished yet, some bread, a couple other things that were on the table just come crashing to the table. And
Uzalai's cheese?
no, that is at the end of the table. They're at the top of the table.
Good. Okay. Okay.
The cheese is still there.
Can I like walk my way up to, like next to the Fatewatcher?
If you want to try to get
Just be like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Can I get through, please? Thank you.
Sister will again look in your direction, and then the eye snaps at you as well, and she'll say, "Just wait patiently down at the end of the table.
I'm curious. I want to watch.
Watch from the end of the table." And then she the eye snaps and they begin to do their work. If you want to wait where you are, sort of at the side of the table, they seem to be fine with that.
Yeah, I'm like leaning over. I'm trying to like watch and see what she does.
She begins to set up these components. Again, none of the stuff you recognize. She's making like a half moon on the top of on the tip of the table, like from one corner to the other corner, and make like a moon, like a half moon circle. Half moon circle? Half circle? That makes sense?
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because I feel like it's fumbled.
Yes.
Terrible.
I got it.
Okay. And it's just different components. And then she sits down, and from underneath her cloak, she pulls out a notebook and sort of sets it down and opens it to just a random page. And then the eye, she has one hand sitting on the book like she's about to write, although she has nothing in her hand. And then she has the other hand with the eye, like her elbows on the table, like straight up. And the eye is just moving around with the hand. And she looks around at all of you guys and goes, well, who's first?
Or what?
To get your fate, of course. I am the Fatewatcher, after all.
I think you misunderstand why we came in here.
You came in here because the Fate said you were going to. And now we're going to read your fate. It's what I do.
I don't think this is related to what you told me.
Yeah, can I make like an insight check?
Sure. While you're making that, she'll say, well, I can't just outright tell you that's against the Fates, but the Fates will give you some sort of, I don't know, fortune, future thing.
Ah, so you don't know.
Oh, no, I do. I know exactly where she is. I just can't tell you.
Okay, 25.
She seems super creepy.
Hmm? Yeah.
Super cryptic, but on the level, telling you the truth.
Yeah.
She's just gonna read the face.
Can I insight check this specific statement to me?
Yeah. Agden or Uzalai, do either of you guys want to be doing anything right now, or are we munching on cheese and standing in a corner?
I'm just watching. Still.
I'm just chilling. I've sort of been like swinging my head left and right, like as like listening to the whole
Yeah, as it's
conversation.
going back, yeah. Like,
Just like,
you got the tennis head going.
It's just an 11.
Specifically the last statement that was said to you.
Yeah, she knows.
She does appear to know, but the last part where she says like it's against the fates and you can't go against the fates, you see sort of like her eye flinch when she says that, sort of like a painful memory came across her head.
You're not trying to like curse us or anything like that. There's no funny business here. No mumbo jumbo.
Oh well, it's definitely mumbo jumbo, but just not cursey mumbo jumbo. Trust me, if I wanted you dead, you wouldn't have made it very far. So who's first?
I think we were quite fine on our own. Fine. I'll just like, I guess, sit down where I'm at then, I guess.
Yeah, there's a table or a seat right there.
Yes, there's a table.
Yeah, there's definitely a table. We talk about the table a lot.
Yeah.
There's definitely a table.
I'll just like sit right where I am and look at her, I guess.
She will say, I can tell that you're not very trusting, so I'm going to just walk you through this. This is my fate book, and she'll point at the book, and I need just a couple of drops of your blood on the page.
Excuse me?
There it is. Yeah, they told me you would be the problem. Yep, all right. Just a couple pets, like it just, you can break your finger, you can do it all. I just need a couple of drops, like 2 drops, 3 drops most, on the page. And she like hands the book towards you and like slides it towards you, but like it's still holding the book. So she's like holding like one page and the other page is towards you. She's like, just 3 drops.
Can I read what's on the page?
It's blank.
Blank. Oh, God. God, I really don't like this.
You don't have to do it.
I know, but
As with?
At your hesitation, she's gonna snap towards Agden and be like, perhaps the big man needs to go first to show these little girls how it's done. And like,
no, I get pissed at that and I like bite my hand or whatever and like let it bleed on the paper. I did not like that statement.
She sees you bite your hand. She's like, there she is. All right. So you get 3 3 or so drops of blood on the page, and she takes it back and begins to say some arcane words. I don't know what the arcane words are, but she begins to say some words, and then her head will snap straight back, and so like she's looking up. The eye will look down at the page, and the hand holding the eye is going to start like shaking. And the hand that was holding the holding like a pen that wasn't there, you can see from the blood that's on the page, it begins to go up her finger and form like a pencil that's leaning against her finger out of blood, and her hand just begins to like write, and she's just like shaking the whole time she's writing this, and this goes for like 15-20 seconds ish, and then she just lets this big breath out, and the eye stops shaking, she stops shaking, her head snaps back to where it was normally. The blood sort of as she was writing, the blood was getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. What languages do you speak, Azra?
I speak Common and Infernal.
In Infernal, it is something is written on the page, and she covers it really quick, and then tears the page out, crumbles it, and then hands it to you. And she goes, "Well, that one's interesting. Very interesting. Who's next?"
I'll go.
The big man. Yes, of course. And you go through the same thing. 3 drops of blood, same type of craziness. Head snaps back, eye starts shaking, blood pin writes it. So in Giant, you can see that there's something written down, but she smacks it again, crumbles it, and hands it to you before you can see what it is.
Okay.
And then she sort of looks at the other two. Next, of course.
I'll go.
Same thing, rinse and repeat, shakes. It's very unsettling each time it happens, but it all looks the same. Everybody's looks the same. Yours would be in, I guess it would just be in Aarakocra as well, just your native tongue, and same thing, she'll slap it, crumble it, hand it to you before you can read it. And then she looks at Moxie and goes, "Last one."
Where is she?
Blood on the table and you'll find out. Maybe everyone else has done it. If I could tell you, I would, but I can't tell you.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
20.
She's lying about the part where she would tell you.
Ah,
You get a sense of truth about not being able to tell you.
all right.
Everyone's doing it.
That's not a reason to do it.
Jump off the bridge. Everyone's doing it.
All right.
Yeah, I absolutely have like the paper uncrumbled and like really close to my face trying to read it.
Yeah,
Like, keeping it to myself.
right.
Azareth, is it okay?
Still like head buried in my note, be like, yeah, it's I guess fine.
All right. Fatewatcher, sister,
Yes.
if you are messing with us, and this comes back to bite us, I swear I will come back here and destroy every inch of this place and erase you from existence. So, do tread lightly.
Can I insight check that?
Sure. As you would side check it, the Fate Watcher just says, "Well, I haven't foreseen that, so I guess we're not as
Well, you know.
messing with you."
I got an 18, Maxie.
Yeah, she'd do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to speak for her, but I think she was being truthful.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take off my gauntlet and slit my palm.
3 drops, same situation. Head straight up, hard shot breathing, all the jazz, and then I don't know. Your native language would have been common, I guess, right?
Yeah. I know a couple
No.
others, but it's
Yeah, it would have been common.
it's
Yeah.
my native.
So yours isn't common, but it's again the slam down, crumble, hand to you beforehand.
Mhm.
When she hands it to you, she'll hold it for a second, and just go, "Was that so hard?" And then lets go of
Let's
it.
find out. I'm gonna open it.
When she lets go of it, down the hallway, the door opens and you see another creature walk in, similar to what Sister looks like. Same skin tone, same wet skin, same clothes. this one just appears to be male. And he walks in and goes, "You didn't wake me up for the fate reading?" And sister goes, "You didn't wake up for the sleep reading. We're not in charge of waking you up. Not your mother." Fate's here sort of just like snaps the eye towards him and just goes, "You were not a necessary part of this." And there's just this really awkward tension for a while.
I'm gonna read my paper.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yes. I'm sorry, is this it?
I don't know. I don't really have control over what it is. It kind of just takes me if you didn't notice. The fates, they told me it was about what we discussed.
Lo and behold, it wasn't. So, thank you for wasting our time. I'm going now. I'm gonna start moving towards the door.
As you step away, where is your orb? Where do you keep your orb?
On my person, in my
Where's-
backpack.
In your backpack?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go to step away, your orb falls out of your bag and
What the hell?
rolls towards the cauldron over here. And the Fate Seer gets up to pick it up.
Don't touch that.
Just completely ignores you and picks it up and sort of looks at it and just like, "Now this is interesting."
Give that back.
She's just like looking it over with the eye. So she's holding it in front of her face, right? Like she's looking at it, but the eye is like going around and around looking at it.
I take a step back.
I'm gonna take off my gauntlet.
As you take that off, she's like snaps back to you with the eye and just like, "Relax, I'll give it back. I'm just looking." And she like looks over and she's like, "Where did you get this? What?
Shut up and give it back.
Just tell me what it is."
I'm gonna try and get it.
You have to get through sister. If you want to try to push through her, you can.
I would like to shove sister.
Okay. It'll be athletics versus probably just athletics versus athletics, probably.
13.
She rolled a 13 plus 3.
Ah.
So you try to move, and she sort of just like has her hands crossed, and the cross is like right on your chest, and she's just like pushing back, and she's like, "We're just looking."
Move.
And from the table down here, you hear brother say, "What's the big deal? It's just a ball. Just let her look at it."
Mine.
The Fate Sire is just looking at it. She's like, "I'll give it back. Just where did you find this? Very powerful." And she's just looking at it still, holding it up to the light. But again, the eye is just like in front of her face, just like she's moving the eye around it more so than looking at it. And eventually she'll, if you don't do anything, it'll be like another probably like 2 minutes of her just looking at it.
That's too long. Yeah, no. Azrith, step back. I'm just gonna whisper.
Stepping back.
As you step back, she's just gonna say, "I'm just looking at it. Don't do something."
Last chance.
She says, "Don't do something you'll regret. I'm the Fate Seer. Do you think they gave this power to someone who is weak?"
I think you're holding my stuff.
"I think you're in my domain, and then I'm just looking." And she'll take it and flip her hand over so her hand's on top. She's like palming it basically. Her really skinny, long fingers are going all the way around it. So she's palming it very easily. It doesn't look like she'll be able to like fall out or anything. And she goes, "I'm just looking at it. Is this what you use to cast spells? I noticed in the fates that you're not a normal wizard. Is this why?"
No.
"So this isn't what you use spells. Where did you find this?"
I think it's time for us to go.
"Well, you can't leave without your orb, can you?
No.
Tell me where you got it, and I'll give it back."
I don't have to tell you anything.
"And I don't have to give it back."
And I'm going to bring my gauntlets together
Oh boy.
and crash them together, and I'm casting Thunderwave.
Oh shit. Okay. That's in a 15-foot cube, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna hit both of them. Is that a save or is it a?
I need a con
Is
save.
this gonna hit literally everybody in this house, or how?
Everyone within 15 feet of me.
Is it a 15-foot cube from you, or is it like a 15-foot?
15-foot cube from me.
How much is my ally hitting me for? Because she's angry about Norb.
16 points of thunder damage.
Excellent.
Eek.
If you fail, you gotta take the con save too.
Yeah, I think it's all of us except for Agden in the corner.
See?
Yeah, Egg's fine.
Corner was the spot, guys.
Alright, what is the save again?
It's a con save. You also have resistance, Azareth.
Wait, I have resistance? Oh, so it's a plus D4.
Yeah, plus
Wait,
a d4 to your saving throw.
okay.
What's the DC?
15.
Oh my god, no, I'm miserably failing this.
Oh.
12.
Oh,
All right. Everyone who didn't beat a 15 takes 16 points of thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from me. And if you pass, you take 8 points of thunder damage and you're not pushed.
17. You said take 8.
8 and you're not pushed away.
Yeah.
And then it was 16 and pushed away?
I'm in
Yeah,
this corner
10
at
feet.
10. yeah, I already moved myself.
Which Azareth already went. It's for the best, actually. Azareth went the right way.
As you cast that, the brother back here gets slammed into the wall back here.
Mhm.
And she gets thrown over here, but the Fate Seer doesn't move. It does hit her, but she doesn't move. And she'll, still holding it up in the air, will like snap the eye towards you and just go, "You're very pushy."
Yes, I'm told that. Give it back. I'm gonna just step up into her face.
She'll like begin to like hand it down to you, and she's just like, "I just want to know where you found it. See, I'm sort of a collector of things like this. I'm not gonna steal it, don't worry. But I'm just curious where you found it." And then she like goes to hand it to you, but she's waiting a beat to see if you'll tell her where you found it.
I'm gonna take it.
The second that you touch it, and she's also touching it, your vision goes like bright white for a second, and you see from the eyes of something very, 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 very big. You see a battlefield just all out in front of you, all out carnage. Towards the end of the battle, there's a couple of bodies laying across. Make a perception check.
All right. 21.
Yeah. You see a couple bodies laying across what appears to be small versions of Kandoe, like the different continents. You see two dead bodies specifically. You don't know who they are, but your head registers them as allies.
Mhm.
You look to the right and you can see Uzalai, Agden, and on your left there is a humanoid creature with some wings, so you can't really see her face. They are all just as big as you are, and they look to have just gone through some very big fight. Then your vision flashes again, and you see a very old-looking skeleton just fading, just as big as you guys were, fading into dust. Beside him sits what you know to be the completely formed structure of the rod that you were working on, but it is like 20 times bigger. You're looking at it for a second, and then all of a sudden the rod, like you've seen before, just begins to, and then just explodes, and your vision goes white again, and you see a vision of Azuth standing in front of you, and he, without really looking at you, kind of just projecting his voice, he says, "United are the chosen, broken they stand, dead are the five, evil vanquished, the world destroyed, magic restored, the original artifact fully assembled, now broken, hope lives on." And then your vision fades and flashes white again, and you're in that moment again. Everybody else, all you see was the handoff that happened in like a millisecond. And the Fates here lets go of it and takes a step back from you. So all you guys see is the handoff, and then she stepped back and was just, "Who are you?"
Pleasure meeting you.
And she is visibly shaken.
Start moving towards the door.
She steps forward and begins to like half jog towards you guys, and is just like, "You have to tell me who you are. I've never seen something like that before." The brother is just like stunned. So is the sister as well.
Sorry, I thought you were aware of who we are. That's why you invited us here.
I didn't invite you. The fates invited you. Clearly, for some reason, they didn't tell me about. And she's just like beginning to come closer and closer to you guys.
Then ask the fates.
I'm assuming you guys are just like hurrying out the door.
Yeah.
Time to go.
So as you guys are leaving, you guys, there's a pace in Moxie that's like, it's time to fucking leave. Just a look in her eyes that's like, we need to get out of here. Time to go. And as you guys are running, she is gonna chase behind you, and she'll get at the doorstep, and she's like, "Please come back. I don't know what that was. I've never seen something like that. You have to know who you are. What is the orb?" And she's just gonna yell at you guys, and I'm assuming you guys are just gonna.
Not even gonna look back. Just gonna walk.
And then she'll take a step out, and the brother and the sister will take a step out, and you can see that the brother begins to cast something, and the Fateseer turns around and just smacks him inside the face, and is like, "You do not attack these people. Whatever I just saw." And then you guys don't hear anything as you guys are like up here at the gate now. I'm assuming you guys are grabbing horses and running.
Yeah.
Still out there?
Yeah, Donut did not leave. He's still out here. You would have to take like a little bit of a sidetrack over here. He was just grazing over here. You'd have to take a sidetrack to grab it.
Donut.
Let's go, Donut!
It would appear that Donut did not find the gate. I rolled to see if he would find the gate, and he did not.
Oh, thank God.
As you guys head out, what do you want to do?
Should circle around and head towards the tower.
All right, and you guys leave. The tower was like towards the back side of the house. So I'm just gonna assume that you guys like you backtrack a bit, go left a little bit, sort of give it a wide berth as you go around it. Or how do you guys want to go around it?
That sounds fine.
Yep.
Sweet. So you guys backtrack a couple minutes, and you just make a way around it and continue your way there.
Yeah. Sounds great.
You guys didn't cause a fight in there. Good job. Fully prepared for the fight.
We're peaceful, damn it.
I've noticed.
I'm just gonna, like, I guess as we're traveling, just, like, look over, like, I guess glance at Moxie and, like, try to get a feel for how she looking, feeling, what's on her mind.
She's not trying to hide it, but there is a very dark look on her face. Well, we're not dead.
Did you think we were gonna die?
There's a possibility.
Nah, we could have taken them.
Want to talk about the papers, or do you guys want to keep that to yourselves?
Well, do you want to talk about it?
Not much to say from my end. More cryptic than I expected.
Mine was boring. I think I didn't really know. She's gonna start to sort of get a 1,000-yard stare.
I didn't. What do you have to say?
Strange stuff, man.
Yeah. It's a shame we couldn't try and sneak in the other rooms.
Yes. Did you sense anything?
Oh, there was definitely something magical over there. I don't know what it was, but yeah. It'd been nice to figure out what it was, but oh well. I don't want to go back there.
It wasn't from that other one that came out? It was something else?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it ended before he came out, so you're not sure.
Hmm.
My magical senses left me before he came out, so I don't know. Could have been, but and we travel in awkward silence.
You guys gonna travel for the day?
Mm-hmm. At some point,
Yeah.
I'd like to take up my orb and make sure she didn't do anything to it.
Sure. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
All right. I'm gonna guide myself because I know I'm doing this.
I also wouldn't mind like short resting, having a meal or something.
26. And as I'm looking it over, uh, I'm sorry for hurting you all.
It's fine. Just, I don't. Maybe a little more warning. I mean, I know you told me to step back, but I didn't know how far back. Just.
Yes.
I do
Yeah.
not want to be fried chicken, but I could tell that was a big deal for you, so
I don't like people touching my orb.
give me magic fist next time or something.
I could have tried that. Wouldn't have pushed it though.
So your orb is fine.
Lovely.
It does have a change in it. The sort of the white part that swivels in it
Mhm.
is much more active.
Oh.
Like a lot more active.
Hmm.
Like normally when you move the orb, like if you have the orb in your hand and you like move your hand from the top to the bottom and it just kind of like move it, the slush doesn't really move.
Mhm.
So if any movement is sort of like on its own, it's moving a lot.
Oh. That's odd.
Other than that, it's fine. Same like it was last time you checked it.
All right.
But if you guys want to take a short rest, we can. You get some hit dice back if you need.
Yeah, if we do a short rest, I'll just whip out my viol and start playing some music and do the Song of Rest.
Aw.
So everybody gets the extra 1d6 to your hit point.
So you guys can heal an extra 1d6.
Have you been in many battles, Agden?
Yes. Mostly small skirmishes. But a handful of larger battles.
All right. Do you know anyone with wings in those battles?
Just Uzalai. And he wasn't in those battles.
Right. Okay. Good to know. That's good. That the dark look hasn't left Moxie's face. I was just trying to take it out of her voice.
You guys all sit around, heal up, think about what the fuck just happened.
I'll come behind Moxie, give her like a little shoulder massage and be like, it'll all be okay.
She's gonna sort of look up at Azareth. I sure hope so. I need to keep this thing tied to me or something.
Oh, I could help with that.
Sorry, I tried. It didn't work.
Uh-huh.
It did, I'm sorry.
All right. I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, Adler definitely gives you a smile like she knows what she just said.
Yeah. Moxie's just sort of like doing like a okay kind of face.
You guys finish your short rest. You guys want to keep going? It's about. You guys had a long rest. It's like 3 in the afternoon or so, 3 or 4. You could get a couple more hours of travel if you want.
Let's go.
I need somebody else to make me a survival check.
I'm doing it this time.
I'm gonna assist you with that. Oh my god.
Thank you. I'm also guiding myself. Survival check. Oh my gosh. That's awful. 13.
Oh my god.
Sweet. I need a d12, please.
Okay. It's my D12. There it is. 12 again.
For the next couple of hours, it is just forest. You see a couple of normal woodland creatures like deer, or squirrels, or chipmunks, just normal stuff. A couple birds here and there.
Because it's so quiet. Why don't any of you pray?
Ray?
Yes, to your gods.
Uh,
You remember the days of the gods responding, don't you?
Well, but not anymore. Right?
Yes, but
So what's the point?
How old was Uzalai? I forgot.
12?
What?
I'm a bird, and 30 is old. 30 is old. 12 to 15 is like middle age.
But how old were you when the gods stopped?
I don't remember.
You would have been 2, so you really wouldn't remember them ever answering much.
I don't know. You probably prayed for cheese.
You, specifically Uzalai, you don't remember. One, just because your dad never really prayed to Roa much, just never really prayed much at all. And 2, because I mean you were 2. I don't really remember that shit.
You were a hatchling.
Baby.
The lifespan is 30 years, then you're not a hatchling at 2. But
I don't know.
Just
But-
came out of
okay.
his little leg.
didn't remember. Okay.
You saw. I mean, you might remember it like once or twice, maybe.
Sure.
Like it's just not. Wasn't a big part.
Yeah, just not really part of my upbringing.
Right. And Agden, Tempest just didn't decide to stop. He's not a very forgiving god.
Yeah. Religion definitely runs in the family. However, we all make choices in life. And Tempest made it relatively clear that my choices were not satisfactory.
All this.
Damn, you guys are cryptic. I need to learn how to hide my hand a little better. If I'm
I
to be
mean,
part of this group.
It's refreshing, really, having you around.
My god doesn't really care about praying. So I just never really found.
How do you pay respects?
Music!
So that's why you're always, playing something.
Yeah. Of course. So I was like, look down like at her, I guess her hip where her like little lyre is like chilling and just like look at it fondly.
So does your god get mad if you play badly? Or is just music in general rejuvenating?
I mean, not if you play badly, but if you play for evil purposes, that's a different story.
So it's about your motivation, not necessarily the quality.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
I like learning about other cultures.
But I'm definitely good at playing. Like, don't get me wrong. I can't play
You're
bad.
very
Come on.
talented.
Thank you. Thank you.
I heard you back at the end. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I try.
Where'd you learn to play? If you don't mind. We're a very cryptic bunch, as Uzalai does point out.
I mean, I was home. And he came to me. And she just shrugs. Guess I kind of learned there.
Beautiful.
If you guys want to keep going, we're gonna need another survival check.
I'll go!
All right, I will give you guidance and assistance.
Great. Both of my rolls were literally the same. But they're good, so it's fine. 22.
But which 22?
We'll go with
Okay.
the second one.
Oh, wrong choice.
That's the one that
Wrong
Moxie
choice.
gave me.
Gonna need a d12.
A 3.
As it starts to get towards sunset, the sun starts going down. It's not like dark, right? But it's not perfectly well lit.
Dusk?
Yeah, dusk is a good word. I should just use that word. About roughly like 100-ish feet, you begin to see a light.
Oh.
It's about 25-ish feet off the ground. It seems to be bobbing up and down.
What color is it?
It looks to be like a flame light, like that color.
Bobbing. How bobbing? How much bobbing?
It's
How much?
Plus or
It's-
minus how many feet precisely?
it's roughly like a feet up, feet down. It's not terribly a lot, but it's enough to be. It's in the same space, but it's just kind of bobbing.
Is it
Mm.
pulsing at all?
No, it is just a light. It's the color of firelight, but it's not like flickering like firelight does.
How far away are we again? You said 100 feet?
Roughly.
Can I like very cautiously go up to it?
It's 25 feet in the air.
Yeah, as you get closer, you're looking up to it. It appears to just be like an orb of light. And when you get closer, it sort of moves down towards you a little bit, maybe like 5, 10, just starts bobbing. And then
I'm like, cast detect magic. Okay, am I gonna die?
detect magic.
Okay.
It's magical. It's a creature, magical creature.
The light?
Magical creature. It's a creature?
As you cast that, it just takes off like 15 feet away from you and just bobs.
Is it trying to lead us? I'm gonna start to like follow it.
You take a step, it moves like 10 feet away. You take another step, it moves like 5 feet away. Take another step, it moves like 5 feet away.
Is that? I don't.
And if you stop, it just sits there and bobs.
I think following random
Maybe
lights
we're supposed to
is
follow.
not always the best idea.
I mean, I don't know.
Hello, light. Would you like to be friendly and lead us somewhere nice, or are you trying to kill us?
It just sits there and bobs.
Cool.
Just sit there and bob if you're trying to lead us to a nice place and you're friendly.
It just sits there and bobs.
All right.
Well,
Alright, it's good.
that's pretty definitive.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna start following
Do I remember any like kid stories or something about spooky lights leading people in the darkness?
You could make a history check with disadvantage.
All right, I'll do that. All right, that's awful. And oh, even worse. Okay. History? That's a hot 9.
It's a floating light. It's really weird.
Oh, sure, let's follow it. And if it tries to drown us, we'll just stop drowning.
Oh, I mean, we'll watch where we're stepping.
Absolutely. And I'm going to cast resistance on
We're
myself.
not fools.
Can't be any worse than the cabin. I mean, come on.
As you guys chase after it, we'll leave you there. And we'll see what happens with the light of floating orbness.